Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for game 2 of this exhibition matchup between Goody and the little one. And we're going to continue the Terran music here. I really pumped when I hear this good old theme. There it goes. I love this. I love this theme by the original creators of Starcraft Brood War. And so we're going to see TLO and Goody duke it out again on game number 2. This is going to be on Xel'Naga Caverns. And one thing I want to say is last game was a very long-term macro game, which is quite common in Terran versus Terran, and that's one of the reasons why I like TVT so much. Oftentimes the games tend to go very long, unlike matches in ZVZ and PvP, the other mirrors in StarCraft. Terran versus Terran tends to last extremely long, and I like that because it kind of features more skill, I think, rather than executing a build properly. It comes down more about micro, more about macro, and just the long-term ability to last in a very grueling and challenging battle against your opponent. So last game, really nice. It was about 30 minutes, I believe. I just watched the ending timing of the replay, so that was a very epic battle. And what part of the reason why it was so long was because TLO opted to go for that early orbital command, which kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. Doesn't look like he's going to do that this game, though. As you guys can see, he is going to throw down a barracks, and he's going to have a refinery coming up. So things looking more standard this time than last game, and we'll see how it plays out. If anything, you can always rule out standard when you watch TLO play, because this guy does not play standard. He does everything and anything, and that's what makes him such a crowd pleaser. That's what makes me love TLO so much. In fact, if I could, I would live with him and marry him, but I can't. So I have to just regulate myself to just watching and casting his replays, which is the next best thing. But really, TLO, he just does crazy builds which just boggle the mind, and he sets the standard for the metagame, the evolving metagame of StarCraft. Everything he does is so closely watched. And so, I don't know, we'll see. I might be hyping him up a little bit here. He might just he might just play a standard game. It looks pretty safe right now to me with the barracks and the refinery. And Goody also looking very normal as well. He has a second refinery coming up, so he will be getting a little bit earlier gas. I think we're going to be seeing starport play from both these players. I'd be surprised to see anything else. And oh my god, TLO is going for a Ghost Academy. So there you have it. He is... Why is he going for a Ghost Academy? I'm so confused right now. Is he going to try to go for an early nuke? Or is he going to try to get Ghost for Snipe? I'm so confused right now. Why would you go for early Ghosts? At this stage of the game, Ghosts are not really considered good combat units. That's why they're considered good specialist units. But if I recall correctly, I did cast a pretty epic game with Ghosts, which was, funnily enough, titled the Epic Game Part 1 and Epic Game Part 2. Yeah, the Ghosts were very useful in that game with their Snipe and their EMPs. But really, in Terran versus Terran, there's not much of units that you need to EMP. There's really no high energy unit, especially not at this stage of the game. So really, the only thing that I can think of is maybe Snipe and perhaps Nuke. But you can't build a nuke until you get a factory down, so I don't know why TLO would get the Ghost Academy before he gets the factory. And now he's got a Ghost coming out of this barracks, so things are looking very strange, guys. Meanwhile, back at Goody's main, he's going for standard. He's getting barracks, factory, starport, as I expected when he went for that early double gas. So I do believe we're going to be seeing some Banshees coming out here, and I don't know how well Ghosts do against Banshees, but I guess we're about to find out should the situation arise, because I think that's the only anti-air that TLO really has is Marines and Ghosts. So we'll see how that plays out. A Hellion here coming back around to do some scouting, and a bunker being built right in front of Goody's main. Goody doesn't realize that right now, and there is a Ghost walking up here, so the technology has been revealed. We'll see if he snipes. Indeed, he is using the sniper shot, picking off Marines. You guys can hear the sniper fire being launched out. And is this some kind of revolution in Terran play? Are people just using Ghosts more and more often now? I have no idea. Looks like this Ghost is gonna die, though. Oh, it kills off the Hellion and then runs inside the bunker. So just barely survives the battle and gets inside the bunker with, I think it has like 5 HP. So, hey man, that's Ghost for you. That's TLO for you. He knows how to bring some insane play. He's got a second backup Ghost coming. I'm not sure why that Ghost lost some HP. I guess it probably fought the Hellion. And And now Goody's in a little bit of trouble. You guys can see Goody getting a Raven out because he needs energy, or he doesn't need energy, but he needs detection to scout the ghosts, assuming that the ghosts get Cloak. But really, I don't see Cloak being researched right now for TLO, so I'm not even sure what TLO's thinking. He's just using Ghost purely for snipe right now, and a tank popping out of the factory. The tank is gonna get surrounded by his own SCVs, and TLO actually kills off the tank. He still has Ghost alive. He is sniping Marines, he's sniping SCVs, and wow. Talk about, you know, first game TLO going for a more traditional Brood War style Terran play, which made me jump in my pants because I was, you know, getting all nostalgic and everything. And now in game number 2, he's gone for something completely out of the wall, bonkers, delicious, everything. He's going for Ghost, man, in Terran versus Terran, and this is working. He's inside the main of Goody right now. He's gonna pick off the tech lab, which means no more tanks can come out of there. Uh-oh, tank sieged up, and these ghosts are very vulnerable. Sniper fire, killing off a couple SCVs, and that last Yisheng shot just blew those 2 ghosts to high noon. So nice play right there. And TLO losing his ghost, very expensive, very valuable. But I think the damage has been done. If we pull the income tab up, we can see that TLO's strategy has worked. He is ahead in economy. He has prevented Goody from establishing a natural expansion. He's still got a bunker here. And TLO, meanwhile, is grabbing his own natural expansion, so things are looking great right now for TLO. He doesn't even need to get an upgrade from his Ghost Academy because he's just been using his Ghosts as raw as they are without any upgrades whatsoever, and it's actually been working quite well. And now Goody realizing, okay, I'm in a little bit of trouble. I gotta bring my Banshees out. 2 ghosts here to defend against the Banshees, so we are gonna find out how good, excuse me, 1 ghost and a Marine, how good a Banshee is versus a ghost. I believe the ghost, yeah, it actually does bonus versus light, not biological. So versus light, it does 20 damage, and a Banshee is considered light. So ghosts are actually, should be surprisingly effective against the Banshee. Here we go. Unfortunately, ghosts cannot use stim. They are part of the DARE program. They don't believe in using drugs. So only the Marines can use stim, and the ghosts could not catch up to the Banshee. But really, this bunker right here, preventing Goody from expanding as early as he would have liked to, finally positioned his siege tanks to take out the bunker. And now he can finally lift off his command center, which has been chilling here for so long, I believe. I don't think... Actually, I think that thing just went up, so... Because it would have been an orbital if it was inside the base. So Goody now is finally going to grab his natural expansion, but he is certainly behind in this game. Income tab showing that TLO is ahead by 7 harvesters. Army tab showing that he's ahead by almost 10 supply. And now he's even taking out the gold expansion as well. So things are looking great right now for TLO. Surprisingly, no factory. There we go. A factory finally being built. And right now he's just primarily building off of barracks. He's got 5 barracks funding his entire army. He's gotten every single upgrade save for the nitro packs. So his Marine Marauder army is extremely potent. He's even getting +1 weapons, and he's getting a nuke! Oh my god, TLO is getting a nuclear missile! So he built this factory just to get the nuke upgrade, and I guess he's getting a starport as well. So, TLO, the one man who will go for the nuke. And I have to say, TLO is the one guy who makes nuclear missiles work in Terran versus Terran. It's actually, I would say it's his signature move. In TVT, TLO loves to use the nuclear missiles. It is very, very effective because he knows how to position nukes in places that gives him an advantage, and it's very difficult to do that. You need to be just strategically brilliant, and you just need to have that light bulb in your head to tell you, okay, this is when and where to place the nuke down, to scare my opponent back, to force him to unsiege and run away, or to give me an aggressive nuke so that I can attack a command center and not allow my opponent to defend. So we're about to see what's going to happen here. The nuclear missile is ready. TLO positioning the nuke. He has decided to launch it here and now, and this is brilliant. This is preventing Goody from attacking, from defending his mineral line, and now TLO gonna push forward. He cancels the nuke because he realizes he doesn't want to drop a nuke on his own forces. What a brilliant nuclear missile that was. Even though the nuke did not land, that nuke was used to force Goody to basically try to attack the ghost. And oh my god, TLO is now EMPing the point defense drone to deplete it of energy. How brilliant is TLO right here, guys? He doesn't even need the nuke to land, he just needs to launch it to win the game. And just like that, he forced the orbital command to lift off, almost killing it in fact. and now bringing in his reinforcements. This could be game. The Ghost Arrow burning in hell finally dies. Is TLO gonna launch another nuke? He does not have a nuke in his arsenal. He doesn't have it in the Ghost Academy, so I don't think he's gonna nuke, but he is certainly using that sniper fire to pick off these SCVs. Very nice job, and a secondary nuke now on the way. Okay, so I just wanted to say, guys, that was a brilliant nuke. If you guys didn't realize it, what TLO did was launch the nuke and then bring his army back here to attack the SCVs. So effectively, he forced Goody to run into the nuke to defend the mineral line, and Goody tried to do that, and then Goody realized, okay, I can attack the Ghost, but then TLO ran his forces back up north to defend defend his Ghost from the forces, and that was just so much mind games back and forth. If you guys can rewind this video to that point, that was a very, very good nuclear launch, and TLO did not even need to land it. He just canceled it so he wouldn't hit his own forces, but the damage was done. And here comes another attack. TLO dropping Marauders off onto the tanks. He's got a Ghost here. He does have a nuclear missile ready. The Ghost alive with a measly 6 HP, launching nuclear missiles, and not nuclear missiles, but launching sniper fire. And now, will he launch a nuke? Will he do it? Yes, he will. He's gonna fire a nuke. This is once again another defensive nuke to guarantee that he kills off the orbital command. Because now Goody cannot run his forces over here to defend, because a nuke will drop on his forces, and now the orbital command, it probably will die from this nuke. No, it will not, just barely survives, but it will die eventually. Really nice play by TLO, brilliant use of the nuclear missile, and Goody GG's out of game number 2. That was strategic brilliance coming from TLO. That was what I was expecting to see from the little one after that disheartening defeat on Shakura's Plateau. TLO showing why he is the man and why he is known as one of the best StarCraft 2 players nowadays in the world. So really nice nuclear play. In fact, if you guys are too lazy to rewind to watching the first nuke again, I will go ahead and rewind for you guys, because that was a brilliant nuke, and I just want to see it one more time. TLO destroying these backdoor rocks. So here we go. Here comes the nuke. So I'm just going to slow it down for you guys. You guys can see Goody has to defend his mineral line. And then he runs his Marines over to defend, but he tries to take out the Ghost. TLO runs back up to the north and picks off a couple Marines as a result, and the tanks unsiege to get out of the nuke's range, and then TLO takes advantage of that, pushing forward, cancels the nuke, and brilliance like that opens up the orbital command to his attack. So wow, that was just amazing play all throughout. A brilliant nuke, and then even finish it off with an EMP on the point defense drone. So that is just adding insult to energy. In fact, is the correct term to say right there. So GG guys, HD signing out. Game number 3 coming up next.